On a dark Ukrainian battlefield, the missile shrieks into the night, launched from a mysterious buggy, tearing through mud and trees at full speed. No one thought this little fighter was ready for battle. But now, after knocking down dozens of attackers, this unlikely warrior has become the newest line of defense against Russia. Back in October 2025, American defense company V2X unveiled a new ground system on the show floor of the annual Association of the U.S. Army exhibition in Washington, better known as AUSA. Many immediately noticed the vehicle's resemblance to the silhouette and internal layout of the Can-Am Maverick X3, a turbocharged civilian platform built for high speed and exceptional maneuverability across the harshest terrain. The model presented at AUSA, however, had one key difference from the standard Maverick X3, a pair of missiles mounted along its upper flanks. Officially designated Tempest, this missile-armed buggy was described by V2X as a system capable of, quote, detecting, engaging, and defeating Class 2 to 3 unmanned aerial systems in adverse weather conditions, then withdrawing before the enemy can cue effective counterfire. It was also reported that while Tempest lacks optical sighting equipment or laser guidance systems to identify and lock on to targets, it compensates with a radar powerful enough to cue its missiles, allowing them to acquire targets and score effective hits across highly contested battlefields. But not every mission demands speed. For situations where terrain limits movement, V2X designed Tempest to work either as a fast, crewed vehicle or as a trailer-mounted system positioned to guard fixed sites. Still, despite the attention it drew at AUSA, many observers viewed Tempest as a concept or prototype that might take years before ever seeing combat. But as the new year began, experts were stunned to discover that Tempest was already in action, firing missile rounds over one of the most contested battlefields on Earth. Although late last year, Ukrainian forces shared obscure footage of unidentified ground systems firing missiles into the sky, it wasn't until Ukraine's Air Force Command Center released a New Year's Eve video showcasing a wide array of operational weapons currently in use against Russia that analysts were finally able to confirm that Tempest had arrived in Ukraine. The clip only gives us a taste of the buggy's power. One moment, the Tempest is there. The next, a missile is tearing into the night sky and disappearing from view. Whether it was aimed at a real Russian target or fired as a test isn't known, but the strike itself leaves little room for doubt. With this machine now in their arsenal, Ukrainian forces have gained a formidable new layer of defense against aerial intruders. While neither Ukraine nor the company behind Tempest has released specifications about the system, analysts have been trying to piece together its likely capabilities since its service in Ukraine was confirmed. Based on its apparent configuration and armament, the system is believed to be optimized for countering short to medium-range drones within a small engagement envelope. Despite this limit, however, Tempest may possess a significant technical advantage in the ability to locate targets without revealing its own position, potentially through a network of aerials believed to function as a passive radio frequency detection system. Because it can fire without immediately giving away its position, Tempest fits perfectly into hit-and-run tactics. Crews can keep moving, staying one step ahead of enemy sensors while taking down multiple targets. The exact type of munition used by the buggy remains undisclosed as well. Still, given the apparent absence of more advanced onboard tracking systems, analysts have pointed to a likely candidate, the AGM-114L Hellfire longbow. This fire-and-forget millimeter-wave guided missile carries a 20-pound warhead and can autonomously home in on targets, even in poor visibility, across nearly 9,000 meters of terrain. While each one of these missiles carries a price tag well into the six-figure range, Tempest is believed to offset this cost through its comparatively low production price. By relying heavily on widely available civilian components, the system could enable Ukraine to maintain a steady flow of these platforms without overstretching the nation's war budget. Although there are still many open questions regarding the Tempest, some experts believe Ukraine has good reason to be optimistic about this new system, because despite having reportedly operated in Ukraine for only a few months, frontline personnel have already credited the mobile ground defense system with multiple hits. Not long after the Ukrainian Air Forces released the first footage showing Tempest in action, the service followed up with another video, giving analysts a far clearer look at how the buggy is operated on the battlefield and how it scored its most decisive victories so far. Exploiting its 4x4 chassis, Tempest is shown tearing across mud, uneven ground, and dense foliage at high speed, barely slowing down. Even at night, armed with little more than its forward headlight and onboard radar, the system is still reportedly able to detect threats with remarkable ease. One air defense operator, who goes by the call sign Shorty, put it simply, quote, "This machine keeps the sky locked down." According to Shorty, during a recent mission at an undisclosed location in eastern Ukraine, likely not far from the front lines, a small Ukrainian air defense team employed at least one Tempest buggy to patrol the area for incoming Shahed drones. Since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022, these Iranian-made loitering munitions have been used extensively to slip across battle lines and strike high-value targets, allowing Russia to inflict damage without directly risking pilots or aircraft. What makes the Shahed especially dangerous is how difficult it is to detect. Even when Ukrainian troops are scanning the sky with the naked eye, the drones can be nearly impossible to see. Too small to stand out against the darkness, and often too quiet to hear until it's already too late. According to the soldiers, drone watch is a constant adrenaline rush. Crews never know where the next strike will come from, leaving soldiers hoping that their systems will be able to spot and take out the threats lurking around them in time. For Shorty and his team, Tempest has passed that test. According to the operator, every target they engaged during the recent mission was swiftly destroyed. In his words, quote, "After the first target was shot down, you wanted more, again and again." As of early January, the team operating Tempest had reportedly shot down 21 Shahed drones. Those successes have quickly turned the buggy into an indispensable teammate for the crews working alongside it. As Shorty explains, quote, "We love this machine and take care of it. Oil changes, filter replacements, whatever it needs. So far, it's never let us down." However, it's uncertain how long Tempest will be able to keep the skies over Ukraine, because for every drone it downs, Russia will likely seek a way to make it pay. While Ukraine continues to showcase its growing arsenal of ground-based air defense systems, Russia is unveiling some of its most lethal attack drone concepts yet. Among the systems causing the greatest concern for Ukraine is a new long-range strike drone referred to as the Goran 5. According to analysts, the platform appears to draw on a mix of Chinese and Iranian technology, while also showing design influences from older American systems, such as the MQM-107 Streaker turbojet drone, a platform transferred to Iran in the 1970s, before the Islamic Revolution took place. Although concrete technical details remain scarce, some reports suggest the Goran 5 may be capable of carrying payloads of up to 200 pounds over distances of up to 600 miles into enemy territory. To put that into perspective, such a range would span nearly the entire length of Ukraine from north to south, or cover roughly 3/4 of the country's width from east to west, placing virtually any target inside the nation within potential reach. And advanced long-range drones are not the only emerging threat Ukraine may soon face. Russia is also believed to be developing new nuclear-capable missile systems, reportedly designed to climb into the upper atmosphere before arcing back toward their targets at hypersonic speeds, in some cases exceeding 10 times the speed of sound. At those velocities, interception becomes extraordinarily difficult, if not outright impossible, for conventional defense systems, let alone for a mobile ground-based unit like Tempest. For now, however, there's no definitive confirmation that Russia is prepared to unleash the full capabilities of these weapons. And while the existence of these concepts paints a grim picture, as long as Russia lacks an overwhelming technological edge, Ukraine, and its rapidly evolving, increasingly mobile air defense network, still holds a fighting chance to keep the threat at bay.